while back, VGBAM covered Onett from EarthBound. We found a police state and a corrupt mayor while trying to have a simple, fun time examining maps and backgrounds. But it won't be that crazy again, right? We need some vindication after Onett and Mega Man X. So I've decided today to look at Twoson, the next town in EarthBound, to see if we can get back on track. First, let's take a look at the Twoson map overall. It's a quaint town that seems smaller than Onett was, or at least it does at first glance. We still have different food options, like a pizza place, and a park where you can go to purchase food along with assorted goods. We have all the other usual trappings too, like a hotel and the hospital. We have a lot of brand new things in this town actually. We have a big department store, a theater, preschool, the aforementioned Berglund Park, and even a bus station. And holy fuck, would you look at that! A road in and out of town. Praise be. This seems like a pretty nice place, but because of our experience with Onett last time, I can't help but wonder what this town's seedy underbelly will be. Oh, there it is. Cultism and kidnapping. There had to be something. Running around town and talking to NPCs, we learned two things. One, thankfully this town isn't famous for signs and police roadblocks, and two, there are growing rumors of Paula, a standout school-aged kid, being kidnapped alongside rumors of a cult slowly siphoning citizens the next town over in the east, Happy Happy Village. If that doesn't sound like a cult town, then I don't know what does. So naturally, we go and do a few important things. First, we head down to the inventors' houses in the southern area of town, the residences of Apple Kid and Orange Kid. Orange Kid has his shit together and is more popular with the ladies. Because we're jealous of that, we tell him to go fuck himself and instead choose to work with Apple Kid, who is chubby, starving, and dirt poor. This turns out to be a good decision because on our way to Happy Happy Village, which you can access to the east of town through an area called Peaceful Rest Valley, we notice that the main bridge connecting the two towns is down, and that the only other way forward is barred by a mysterious iron pencil-shaped statue. You know, coming from a police state corrupt town in Onett, I wasn't quite expecting those monoliths from the deserts to make their appearance in this game, but you never really can be sure what life is going to throw at you, can you? Without any further options, we head back to town and get a call on our one-way receiver phone that we picked up at Apple Kid's earlier from his intelligent talking mouse. Why isn't that a big deal here? Anyway, Apple Kid asked us to meet him, but he's a dick about it. He's not at home. And instead went to the park for some reason, because when you call people and tell them to meet you, you obviously mean at a different place entirely, and with no way for the other person to find out because proper cell phones aren't invented yet. We find him in the park, and the dick gives us his machine, which can erase any pencil-shaped objects in the vicinity, and why the fuck was he making this? Does he have a problem with big lead or something? I mean, I'm not about to turn down an item that can help me progress in my journey, but you have to ask yourself how and why in the fuck you would ever set out to make something like that without a solid reason in the first place. Providence aside, we take the machine, head back to the pencil statue, and literally obliterate it. Yeah, that's fucking satisfying, actually. EarthBound is a great game, so I can't open the town map in Peaceful Rest Valley despite being able to do it pretty much wherever else I want to. So here's a map of the area so we know what we're getting into. This is where the collapsed bridge linking the two towns is. As you can see, we're taking an alternate route via this bridge to the north and snaking our way all through this valley. There's a suspicious shack in the northeast being the only structure worth a damn in the area. More on that in a bit. And we quickly notice that this area is absolutely fucking littered with enemies. There are UFOs, sentient trees, whirling robots, weird sprouts, and even magic butterflies, which aren't enemies, are just running amok everywhere. This really is the untamed wilderness. So anyway, we finally make it to Happy Happy Village after getting through the Fuck You Valley, and everything is completely blue. For no apparent reason at all. So it turns out that the town has been taken over by a man named Carpainter, who is the head of a cult dedicated to achieving peace by making everything in the world blue. We narrowly dodged gigantic racism by putting the KKK members in blue hoods instead of white, and we find that this entire town has gone fucking nuts and turns to violence at the slightest provocation. It's weird, I kind of expected them to be more chill, but it's pretty obvious that their minds are so warped that they don't even understand that spreading peace through violence is about the least peaceful thing that you could possibly do. Oh, and you know what's great? A town map doesn't fucking work here either. Why did I check this out at the library? So here's a map of the village, and as you can see, there's basically nothing special about it at all. There's a shop to the northeast, and that's basically the only notable point, save for the town hall in the center. We take the cave to the north, dodging patrols by wandering cultists, and discover that suspicious cabin from the northeast part of Peaceful Rest Valley. Inside is Paula, the girl who went missing and was suspected kidnapped. It turns out that she actually was kidnapped, not that long ago, and that Carpainter is the one ultimately behind the kidnapping. His reasons for taking her appear to be that he needs a high priestess for the happyism religion, and apparently she fits the bill. Whatever you say, crazy. We can't free Paula because we don't have the key to the cabin where she is locked up, but she gives us an item called the Franklin Badge, which apparently can reflect lightning. That's oddly specific, but I've heard some rumors about Carpainter using lightning attacks, so this seems like a good thing to have. And no, we're not going to get into why this item exists. And yes, this is batshit crazy still. I'm starting to live in it. I suggest you do the same. It's quite freeing, actually. So we decide to confront Carpainter and rip him a new one after infiltrating his base of operations in the middle of town and wandering through an actual sea of cultists. So this is where everybody in town was. I knew the department store in Twoson had to have a decent sized customer base. We get to Carpainter on the top floor and we beat his ass using the Franklin Badge to deflect his opening lightning attack meant to kill us, and also any strikes he sends our way in battle. After the fight, it seems like a spell has been broken because he and all the other residents appear to have a tonal shift and seem to have been brainwashed and deeply regret their actions. Peace is restored to the valley, but everything is still blue for the moment. We exit the town hall type structure and find that Pokey is still a dick and has been all along. Later, bitch. Now that Carpainter has given us the key to the cabin by way of apology, we free Paula, who joins our party, and find that the town has been restored to its original colors. And I just want to take a moment to ask, how in the name of fuck did they manage to do this in like 5 minutes? Should I even be asking at this point? Jesus Christ. So we take Paula back to Twoson, find out that peace has returned there as well, even though it was fairly peaceful to begin with. Get permission from her parents for her to join the adventure. Get a backstage pass from the Runaway 5. Get $10,000 from Everdread of Berglund Park. Enter the theater using the backstage pass. Pay off the Runaway 5's debt using the $10,000 acquired earlier. And then get in their tour bus with them so that we can finally make it to the next town, Threed, without getting turned away by ghosts who apparently hate anything upbeat and cheerful. Yeah, that's right. The whole reason we did this was to get past ghosts who needed to be repelled by a cheery blues band? Okay, I can't be the only one, right? That's insane any way you cut it. What an acid trip chain of events. Are they ever going to just let me look at these fucking maps and backgrounds in peace? Why does it have to be so crazy all the time? Fuck! So after that, all I really have to say is, fuck Twoson, fuck cults, fuck the color blue, and fuck anything you're specifically angry about right now.